Yo, what is going on, guys? It is the ShadyMexican back in the video. Today we are back with our week 4 battle of the PMC. This week we are facing Mastodon and the Mastodon Gastrodons. Make sure to go check him out. He's a very great battler. I'm pretty sure he made it to he was either the runner-up or he was the winner of last season of the PMC, which I did not take part of. But he definitely played really well, obviously, nonetheless. This week it will be in his perspective, just because I thought I saved the battle, but apparently I didn't. So, it seems that I have been a little bit of nenade, but we are facing him nonetheless. It will be from his perspective. I was going to update it, I believe, or not update it. I was going to live call him, but just due to NTR messing up during the time of the battle, I was just unable to, which really makes me mad, because I like live calming more than post calming. Requires less effort from me in the end, because now I have to go back and watch the battle and yada yada yada. It's just a lot more effort from me, and as you know, I'm a lazy boy. And it also requires me to, actually watch the battle again and edit and stuff. So there's that. But this week we decided to bring Fortress, Mega Charizard X, Manaphy, Amoonguss, Reuniclus, and Quagsire, as he decided to bring his Sandslash, his Tapu Bulu, his Goodra, his Nihileo, his not Gastrodon, frick, his the trap thing, the Gothitelle, and the Mega Metacham, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's Mega Metacham. We have an unaware Quagsire in case he tries to set up with things such as the Gothitelle. I don't want him to set up with that, with Scald, Earthquake, Recover, and Toxic with the Rindoberry, so I can take hits. I'm basically Spadef. Next we have Reuniclus here with the leftovers. A physically defensive set to deal with the Mega Metacham, Side Shock, Shadow Ball, Calm Mind, and Recover. And we have Fortress with the Alkaberry Sturdy, Gyro Ball, Volt Switch, Stealth Rock, and Rapid Spin, just to set up hazards, get rid of them, and kind of to deal with his Tapu Bulu. Next we have Amoonguss with the Shed Shell, because they don't want to be trapped by the Gothitelle. Regenerator, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Clear Smog, and Spore. Clear Smog to get rid of any setup he may attempt to perform throughout the match. Clear Smog, like I said, Spore to put threats such as the Mega Man Champ to sleep, and Sludge Bomb and Giga Drain for the staff. He had a lot of setup things that I was scared of, such as, let me just look real quick. He had the Tapu Bulu with SD, Leo obviously with the Beast Boost, and Linoon. Linoon was a very spooky man. Linoon I was scared of, I'm not gonna lie, because if it belly jumped, it could have really swapped my team. That's why I ran Seed Bomb, or that's why I ran Rindoberry, Quagsire for the Seed Bomb, just in case. So I was just really definitely scared of that. We have Mega Charizard X obviously here, with Outrage, Flare Blitz, Earthquake, and D-Dance. I thought 3-attack D-Dance would be a little bit better this week. Just his team, just max. And that's what we have: a Water EMZ, Hydration, Manaphy with Scald, Ice Beam, Tail Glow, Rain Dance. If I can just set up a Rain Dance and at +3, I'm just able to basically sweep through his entire team with Stealth Rocks up. So that's basically what I opted to do here. So let's just hop right into the battle. He is challenging Weird Challenge by Pokemon Trainer Tony. Yeah, pretty much. No, we are challenging him, and we're actually going to lead off with our Fortress, because I can set up any hazards if I need to. Get rid of any. I can Volt Switch out on most things. Obviously I can't Volt Switch out on the Sandslash. I really didn't have a switch into this thing. I really wanted just to kind of stay in, and I unfortunately have to take the knockoff here, which I'm perfectly fine with it. I really didn't want to take a knockoff on any of my other mons, and I really couldn't switch in much, so I felt like just staying in would have been the best play. I just decided to set up my rocks here. I knew I could get rid of them, but it would force him to Rapid Spin, and I'd be able to maybe get a clean switch into my Manaphy if on his Rapid Spin. But he's just able to kind of just go for the HP Fire here. I knew I could live one, except for the fact that he actually scores a crit, which is really unfortunate, because now my Tapu Bulu answer is just completely gone. I could take a hit from the Tapu Bulu depending on the set, even after an HP Fire, but due to the crit, I'm just down and gone. Here, I just decided to go straight into my Mega Charizard X, just going straight into the offensive, and I'm just decided. I believe I just decided to go for the D-Dance, knowing that I can take many hits from this thing, and there wasn't going to be a lot he could do to me. He might have been able to taunt me. I don't know if this thing gets taunt. But he's just going to go for a Side Shock here. Or not the Side Shock, the Psychic. As you're going to see, it's not really going to do too much. It's going to definitely do a little more than I would have appreciated. But it definitely, I don't mind. And I believe I decided to go for the Flare Blitz. Just to get some damage off. Because I really don't want to go for another D-Dance. Because then I have to take another Side Shock potentially. And then I could only really Flare Blitz it once and then go down. And I didn't feel like that would be useful. And plus I had a chance to kill depending on his set. With the +1 Flare Blitz. So I just decided to go for it. He actually ended up sacking off his Sand Slash. So now his hazard removal is it's gone now. He just decided to go into his Tapu Bulu, which I was really kind of curious about. Like, I knew I outsped this thing at +1, even if he was Scarf, because I D-Dance. So I didn't know what his play was, unless he had Aqua Berry. Like, I don't know why he did that play. Like, I'm really not sure, looking back on it, why he went to Tapu Bulu there. But we're just able to take the recoil just barely, and that means we can get potentially one more kill here. But he just ends up going into his Mega Man Champ, and I knew there was going to be the chance that he would just have Bullet Punch or the Fake Out. So I just decided to swap out here into my Reuniclus, knowing that I could just take any hit from this thing. And now he's just going to Mega Evolve here. Like I said, I switched into my Reuniclus, knowing that I can take hits from this thing. My Reuniclus is my main answer versus this thing, as he ends up just revealing the Bullet Punch here, and it's just going to do not too much. Obviously, it's a Mega Man Champ, so it's always going to do a little bit of something. But we're just able to take it, pretty good. And we're able to keep a Mega Charizard X around, which can potentially get one more hard Flare Blitz off on anything on his team. And we're just going to recover up a little bit thanks to the grassy terrain and leftovers. Or not leftovers, but the grassy terrain and the leftovers. And here I decided to go for the Calm Mind here. I didn't know what he wanted to do. I knew I could take 2 high jump kicks or Zen Headbutt or whatever he wanted to do, thanks to both grassy terrain and leftovers recovery. So I was just free to go for a Calm Mind here and recover and then Shadow Ball and all that. Just do a little bit of some nonsense. He actually just ends up staying in here and going for the Sludge Wave in order to get a poison, I believe. And he does end up snagging the poison, but in the end it doesn't matter because we are Magic Guard, so all is fine. And we're just going to go for Sideshock here just to kind of gauge the damage at +1. And as you're going to see, it's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to do over half. And now my Reuniclus is just really in a great position. I can't be T-Waved by anything on his team. I don't know if anything on his team could T-Wave me or paralyze me, but if it could, I no longer have to worry about getting hacked by any of that. And here I believe I just decided to go for the Calm Mind, just to maybe get myself a little bit more bulky, if I'm not mistaken. I go for the Calm Mind because I knew I couldn't OHKO everything on his team and they'd be able to hit me back very, very hard. So I just decided to go for another Calm Mind just to ensure that I could get some very big damage off on anything on his team. And here I believe I just go for the recovery just to be sure that I'm at full. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. It's been a long week, just school. It's been a long couple of weeks, in fact. But he's just gonna end up swapping out here, and he's just gonna go into Makeup Gun, what is this thing? The Gothitelle. And I'm just gonna go for the recovery here, like I said, just to ensure that I could stay at full health and just not die to anything on his team, in case any crit shenanigans and stuff. As he ends up just going for the Energy Ball, I'm really curious as to why he went for that. Maybe the Spadef drops, but I'm just gonna go for the Energy Ball here, and it's gonna, or not the Energy Ball, the Shadow Ball, and I'm just able to do over half. I'm able to get the Spadef drop, which doesn't matter because I'm able to kill. I would have killed with another Shadow Ball anyways, and he's just gonna swap out here just in case he needs to go off the tail. If he can somehow take out this thing, it could be very, very useful if he plays it right. And he's just gonna go into this thing as I just go for the Shadow Ball. There's no point in over predicting because even if it goes into his Kudra, there's not a lot he can do to me. just because I'm +2, and obviously we've kind of seen that the best you can do is a Draco, which I'm not really too scared of. Which, speaking of which, he's just gonna go for the Draco here, which isn't gonna do too much damage to me, and it's just gonna do a little over 25%. I believe I just go for the Psychic here. I go for the recover, I guess, just in case I got crit. I didn't want to risk getting crit. That was one thing I was scared of. That could stop the sweep here, getting crit by anything on his team. He's gonna go for another Draco, and I believe now I went for the Psychic, just because I obviously I couldn't just keep going for recover, being scared of crits. So I'm just go for the Psyshock here, and it's just gonna do a little bit. It's just gonna do a little bit to this thing. Not gonna kill or anything. We're still able to pick up the KL, and basically there's nothing on his team that can stop me at this point. Renequist is just able to kind of sweep. He really didn't have a lot to stop my Renequist. His physical attacker is Tapu Bulu. If he didn't switch it into my Mega Charizard X, I'm still curious as to why he did that. If he didn't swap it into that, he would have been able just to go and do it, and he would have put on a lot of pressure depending on his set. He would have done a lot of damage. I think definitely a high jump kick from this Mega Medicham, plus the Wood Hammer, if he's maybe banded, would have definitely done me in and stopped my sweep right then and there. But because he didn't have it, we're just able to kind of stay in here, or we're just able to kind of sweep up. He's just gonna go for the Sludge Wave here. I believe I just recovered just to not risk the crit, and especially since that did a good amount for me being +2 and all. I know it's a Nihileo and all, but that still did a pretty good amount. And so now we're just gonna get a little bit of recovery from our leftovers, and now we can just go for the Psyshock here on to the Nihileo, as he's just gonna go for that Sludge Wave here. It's kind of curious as to why he didn't go for the Power Gym, but in the end, I guess it didn't really matter too much. And I'm just gonna go for the Psyshock here, and I'm just gonna be able to KO this thing since its Fizzidef is booty. And lastly, his last mon was what? It was the this thing, the Gothitail. Basically, his only chance at winning here is the Mega Ultra Duper Ultra Crit here. I don't know. And he's just going for the Energy Ball here. It's not gonna do enough to take me out. And I'm just gonna go for the Shadow Ball and pick up the Queen 5-0 versus Mastodon, Gastrodons, or Mastodon and the Mastodon Gastrodons. GG to him. Make sure you go check him out in the description below. Week 5 should be up tomorrow. Triple upload for the PMC. What you gonna do about it? But anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure that like and that subscribe button. Make sure you go check out everything in the description. There's the PMC, Twitter and YouTube. There's the Mastodon's gonna be down there. All that kind of jazz. All the coaches. Yada yada. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It has been ShadyMexican. I'm out. Peace.